about 2 years ago, I wrote a grant for the chamber players for this program called Celebrating Youth. We have about 19 students in the program, and this year we've targeted mostly high school, from junior to senior high school. We make the selection on the basis of how many students we can financially afford, and then also what kind of compatible groups they make, and that's really important.
I'm 5 years older than you. That's the biggest
I'm
age
3.
difference.
Yeah, 2.
I'm 3 and 2 years younger. It's different having older people kind of play with me. I was like really nervous at first because I was like, oh wow, I'm probably gonna be like really bad and stuff compared to them, and they're probably gonna make fun of me for being really. And I was really nervous, but it worked out, and I'm having a lot of fun in it.
So we form the groups, and then we identify the people who we think will be the best coaches for the various groups and their instruments. So if you were in a piano trio, you would get one coach who was a pianist, and one who was a violinist, and one who was a cellist, and they bring different perspectives. And we felt that all was a valuable experience.
I'm in this piano trio and also in the string quartet.
So how's that feel, or how do you have time to do that all?
Well, you make time. We have a lot of conflicts. This group wants to rehearse on Saturday, and both groups want to rehearse at the same time. But, they're different groups. You get to experience different things. So I'm glad that I'm in both of them.
We have coaches who are on the faculty at UCSC, at Cabrillo, as well as teacher performers who have their own private studio here in Santa Cruz. And we all work together very closely. I mean, it feels, like a bit of a musical family.
Well, I like that with the program we get to go to concerts, and we can go with a whole group of friends, so it's not as maybe boring or something as going to a classical music concert with your parents or with your grandparents.
Maybe the single most aspect of chamber music playing, maybe even more important than how well you play your instrument, is how well you can tune in to the people you're playing with.
Let's talk about Kendall now. Okay, I think that's what do you have to say about Kendall? You're missing a member here.
Kendall is a character. He's very lively and spirited, and we butt heads a lot. This group, we're all stubborn, and we're all we all have very strong opinions, and so we're constantly yelling at each other. I think it should be one way, and Kendall thinks it should be another way, and Taras has a completely different idea. And
one thing is that Kendall can get off topic kind of easily, and
We
so
all
that
do.
just makes it we get off topic for most of the whole rehearsal, and then we look back and we're like, well, we were supposed to rehearse, but so much for that.
The coachings happen about once a month over a period of 6 months. In between, they are to meet on their own, several times, and it's the student leader who organizes it, and learn about the piece and the dynamics of rehearsing together.
And it's interesting because it's almost two different things when you're sitting there practicing your part by yourself. I had played my part for almost a month before I played it with him for the first time, and it's a really different thing between sitting there playing your part by yourself, and then when you go with your partner, because then you really do have to blend it and really change the way you play it. parts of the piece we're playing where we really have to, where we almost have to cross over, where I have to go duh, 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 he goes duh, 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 and it's right after one another. And the first time we played it together, since we had never played it together, we were just running into each other all over the place. And now we know when to get out of the way.
It's the right notes. Are we doing this right? And they're like trills, so see now like hands were shaking right next to each other.
It's hard to stay together because you don't have kind of this force that's moving forward, and so everyone kind of has different ideas of tempo sometimes, and so it's kind of difficult to stay together compared to in an orchestra or in a solo piece where you dictate the tempo.
But it's more fun.
Yeah.